KQNY Radio News is supported by Heat Transfer Systems. They can be reached at 530-283-3665 for all HVAC needs including conventional, geothermal, ductless systems, and more. And Feather Financial, here to help with insurance, tax preparation, and accounting services. They're at 530-283-2341 and online at featherfinancial.com. Sierra Pacific Industries is committed to sustainable forest management and also supports KQNY Radio News. Information about career opportunities with SPI is available at 530-283-2820 and online at spi-ind.com/employment.
In partnership with the Plumas Sun, this is KQNY Radio News.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Dave Losky-Avo.
And I'm Tommy Miles. Plumas County's Board of Supervisors responds to the controversy raised by multiple grand jury reports, and the Plumas County Sheriff's Office works with Chico Police to apprehend a suspect. Stay tuned for those stories and more on this edition of KQNY Radio News. The 2024-2025 Plumas County Civil Grand Jury Report has been a point of contention for months. Disputes over the official contents of the report arose over the summer when two separate and significantly different reports were released to the public. In October, the situation was exacerbated when the Plumas County Board of Supervisors took exception to a variety of the jurors' findings. A month later, they reduced the membership from 19 grand jurors to 11. Civil grand juries act as watchdogs for local government. They investigate county, city, and district operations to ensure they are efficient, economical, and serve the best interests of the public. Juries examine financial accounts and audits and make recommendations for improvement. Grand juries operate under strict confidentiality to protect the integrity of their work and to shield those they've interviewed from public stigma. Jurors take an oath of secrecy that prevents them from sharing their investigations publicly beyond an annual report, which must be signed by a judge. The judges and district attorneys who act as advisors to the jury are also held to absolute secrecy. These rules have made investigating allegations and rumors about the 24-25 grand jury report challenging. The 24-25 grand jury submitted its official report to the Plumas County Board of Supervisors June 26th and released it to the public on June 30th. In early July, a member of the grand jury contacted the Plumas Sun with another version of the report. It was published July 11th. Both versions included an introduction and thank you letter from foreperson Donald Bliss. Both contained, quote, jobs, 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 an 8-page investigation of staffing of county departments, and, quote, CRV, it's your money, unquote, a 5-page review of the county's recycling program. That is where the county's June report ends. The July report, however, includes a third investigation. Quote, is there room for just one more, unquote. This 5-page section investigates affordable housing, specifically Sierra Meadows in Chester, a public program operated by the Plumas County Community Development Commission. The distribution of the two different reports was not the only unusual aspect of the most recent grand jury investigation. Several jury members contacted the Plumas Sun to report that at least one extensive investigation they conducted was not included in either public version. A third version was apparently written, edited, and fully approved, they said. Plumas County Superior Court Judge Douglas M. Prouty and District Attorney David Hollister, who serve as legal advisors to grand juries, both declined to comment on any aspect of the reports, citing confidentiality. Violating grand jury secrecy can result in prosecution for criminal contempt of court or misdemeanor charges, according to Penal Code Section 924.2. The Board of Supervisors discussed the discrepancy when they met to approve the grand jury report on October 18th. The June report, the one posted on the county website, is the official version, said Supervisor Mimi Hall. The July report sent to the Plumas Sun is not official, she said. Quote, I don't know how this happened, but it did happen, Hall said. She and the other supervisors primarily focused on the county staffing section of the report found on page 311 of the board's October 21st agenda. They agreed with the grand jury that the process for approving the county position job descriptions is lengthy and requires several reviews. They disagreed with the jurors' criticism of the process for filling vacated positions. The supervisors also took issue with the grand jury recommendations regarding hiring, job descriptions, and succession planning. The supervisors agree with most of the jury's recommendations for improving the county's California Redemption Value Program and directed the Public Works Department to make appropriate changes. The Plumas County Sheriff's Office reports that staff were contacted November 26 by the Chico Police Department regarding the possible location of a robbery suspect wanted from Butte County. Detectives responded to the area of Lawrence Street in Quincy to conduct surveillance. A vehicle believed to be associated with the suspect was observed leaving the location. Deputies followed the vehicle as it traveled to East Quincy, where it pulled over in the area of Cedar Street. Deputies then made contact with the occupants. As a result of the investigation, 20-year-old Peyton Wiles of Oroville was taken into custody without incident. Wiles was booked into the Plumas County Jail on a Butte County warrant for robbery. PCSO thanks the Chico Police Department personnel for their partnership and assistance in this investigation.
The La Sierra Food Project announces that it is inviting all farmers, livestock producers, homesteaders, and food service providers to complete a food production and planning survey. The project is partnering with the Dawn Institute on a U.S. Department of Agriculture Regional Food System Partnership grant with groups from Lassen, Sierra, Modoc, and Plumas counties. The goal of the grant is to better understand food production in the four-county region and to strengthen local markets, agricultural infrastructure, and food safety. Organizers say the USDA planning grant is in the data collection phase, with the survey circulating for food producers, food businesses, and food system players. The survey asks respondents to share their perspective on their role or potential role in the local food system, opportunities to strengthen connections between agricultural producers and consumers, barriers related to infrastructure, distribution, and communication, how respondents' businesses or organizations could engage in both everyday and emergency food access efforts for folks across socioeconomic levels, and how respondents' businesses or organizations could engage in both everyday and emergency food access efforts for folks across socioeconomic levels. Please see the Plumas Sun website for a link to the survey. Organizers estimate it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to complete. The survey close date is December 15th, but organizers point out they appreciate early responses. Results will be compiled confidentially. And that's it for this edition of KQNY Radio News. For more information on these and other stories, please visit plumasun.org. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again soon.
This program is a production of KQNY Community Affairs Programming, and it's powered by the Plumas Sun, a group of Plumas County journalists and organizers committed to providing high-quality, objective coverage of local news. The Plumas Sun and KQNY both depend on community support, so please consider helping us out by going to KQNY919.org and plumasun.org and making a donation. Thank you for helping to keep local news on the web and on the air.